getting up and down. For whoever's watching this, this is PAC 515 Wendell meeting. I'm just waiting for our committee to join up. Maybe getting up and down. I guess it's going to be recorded right now. So, yeah. Kids are in the background. I got food cooking. So, all right. Let's see here. Who is joining up yet? Let me walk around a little bit while I wait for people to show up. If you have any questions and you join up, just holler. I'm listening. If you're not part of the PAC 515 Wendell, but you do live in the Raleigh, Durham, Zebulon, Wendell, Knightdale area, feel free to ask any questions. All right. So, boys, I need you to know the food's going to be done in about like 20 minutes or so. 20 minutes. So, they'll be ready during the meeting. Yeah, you and Liam can share the chips.
We ate the chips tonight. Eat them. Dad, please. Dad, we're going down on your face. This is my place. Okay, like putting on your face. This is my place. Put your own place now. Yeah, put your place. Put them on.
Oh, man.
Yeah, their face. I put them on. You have put them on face. Hey, got to. I have mine. We have mine.
I'm good. Oh, all right. Let's see how it goes.
That's the thing. This is my thing. I put this thing back.
People will join soon, I hope. But until then, oh, pardon me. Delete. Oh. Good grief, this is what I haven't written. I haven't updated. Was ist das? Ah, okay. I can hear you munching all the way over here, CJ. Yeah, I know I'm boring. But I'm waiting for people to show up. I'll edit this out later. Maybe.
I'm smacking my face. I'm all red.
Hey guys, you know I'm live, so people can hear you if they ever join in. Quit picking your nose. You're doing it on the camera.
I'm not picking my nose.
Uh-huh.
Can we get to dinner? I mean dinner.
Yeah, it's going to be done in like 20 minutes.
Ta-da!
I would like you to try what I'm making for everybody else. You are adorable, old man.
Okay, well I will.
Can't tell. One. That's really darn bright.
Yeah, and the camera is done. What you did? You got a 6. You win. Okay. I
You
got
got a
6.
6. Okay.
Why did you
4.
went? Oh
Alright,
my bed.
no more blinding the camera with that.
Okay.
That's enough. Yeah, that right there shows how much sound's picking up. We're broadcasting live, and I can see Liam making himself a hot dog. He's a hot dog. You guys having fun? I'm supposed to be having a meeting that starts about now. Waiting for everybody to show up. Will you stop? How much time is left on the pressure cooker? Sweet, less than 20 minutes. Stop. CJ, go tell Aiden that dinner will be ready in about 20 minutes. Without screaming, I can scream myself. Go upstairs and tell him. No. I told him to go upstairs to tell you dinner will be ready in about 20 minutes.
So I can go back upstairs?
Calendar.google.com. Set the calendar. Excuse me again. That's enough. On call. 1, 2, on call. So I would say June 27th, 11. For Really? I know Keith would have problems. Chris is always late.
Look at that dog. Okay. Exterminate!
Well, I see one viewer. Let's see if they actually are in yet. All right, I just sent it again to you, Chris. See if that works. Oh, there you are, Chris.
So
It's us.
yeah, the original that you sent, dude, the invitation that you sent, all it allows
Pardon
you
me,
to do
Chris.
is join. All it allows you to do is view. It does not allow you to join.
The
original calendar event that you sent.
I'll resend them from here.
I don't know if because I just got one that said Chris Hempel is inviting you to join his video call. That one let me join your Hangout, but the first one that you sent that just had the scheduled meeting, all it does is let you view the meeting. The one you sent at 7:19. So I could see you, but I couldn't actually join and talk to you.
That is weird.
That's what happened last time. So I don't know why, but
no clue. Tabby is on her way back from a thing that she's supposed to be doing.
Okay.
If anyone who's besides you and I, if anyone's watching this, I'm resending to a bunch of you guys the invite like I did to Chris. All right, I just posted that up. So those should be coming through again. Hopefully we'll have more than just you and me, Chris.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I know dinner's almost done. Finally. Didn't send anything out, so I had to cook. I just resent that out. So here's what I'm looking at while we're waiting, because for people to show up and join. We have you got the where is it? Google. There we go. You got the calendar from Gene for the troop. So we know when we're all meeting in August for the August event.
Calendar.
Yeah, he sent that to everybody.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
I got to put it on our calendar. Which I think I might actually already have it on there. August 14th, 15th, and 16th. I got to double check.
Okay.
That being said, I'm looking at, based upon some of the conversation that you and I and Gene and Dan Armstrong, that's what I need to send another invite to, is Dan. And Armstrong, invite. There we go. Yep. So yeah, I have it right on the calendar. The 14th, 15th, and 16th. Lake Jordan is the. Camden, stop it. This is what I deal with when Tabby's not in the house. So the 14th, 15th, and 16th of August is the family camp out with the Boy Scouts. So that one's actually required for our two older boys, our Aidens. That's where they do their open water and all that stuff. Gene's getting ready to join now. He's waiting for the plug-in to load.
Okay.
Where's the stable?
I don't know. Oh, right here.
Yes.
Yep.
So, tentatively, based upon what I saw in the calendar at church, tentatively, I'm thinking 11 to 2 p.m. on Saturday, July 25th, if the church gives us the permission on that day to do the Regatta Regatta like we did last year.
Okay.
We should have plenty of boats. Our biggest problem is making sure the kids don't pass out. Hi, Gene. Gene? Can you hear us?
I'm not hearing anything.
I can hear you now. Can you hear me? Jesus, like a Verizon commercial. Can you hear me now? Hello, Gene. Can you read my lips? I can see you, and I could hear you if you say something. Can you hear me? Replug in your headset. Where's a pen?
No sound unless you're hearing me.
Yep.
Do you hear me, Chris?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't hear you, dude.
I can hear Gene. Oh. Let me see. Control. No, you're all good. Gene, can you hear me yet? Let's see here. Gene, we can hear you. Chris, is that backwards to you? Because it's backwards to me.
No, it's fine. It's
Okay.
fine.
All right. Okay. While Gene's trying to figure that out. Oh, that's probably not something I should have written on.
Me and you ate all the chips.
Fuzzy. Just text him.
I hate texting. So much easier to write. There, done. So while Gene's trying to figure out his problems, July 25th, 11 to 2, Regatta Regatta, if the church gives us that date. What do you think, Chris?
That's fine.
That way it doesn't interrupt anybody's 4th of July plans.
Yeah.
Done.
It's done?
Yep.
Okay, I'll be right there. Okay, I'll be right there. I'm looking at June. We were talking. I don't know if you were part of the conversation. I know it was Dan, Gene, and myself.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking June 27th. We pick a location and do like a potluck camp out. Just get there at 11, stay there till like 3, 4 o'clock. Just let the boys. That will give some time that we would have open to kind of start some of the activities if need be. The new program for the Weeblos, so much outdoor stuff.
Mhm.
Like the boys have to learn to cook with cast iron.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, and start the fire.
You
All
want
that
to do
stuff.
a potluck camp out?
Not an actual camp out, just a get together like in a park in Nightdale or in
You
Wendell.
want to just do a picnic?
Yeah.
Like a cookout? Okay, we can do that.
Yes.
And
Why don't we look at doing that at Wendell Park? Well,
Wendell Park.
I'm trying to think. Nightdale Station, I don't think there's an area to cook out at Nightdale Station. I'm pretty sure there isn't. Other areas to cook out.
There's a few. There's a few out there. So we can pick that over the next couple weeks. We can pick that location. Make sure everybody gets an email about the actual location. We'll firm up the date.
Yeah, why don't we plan on doing that at Wendell Park, and that way we have that coverage, and then we can just let the kids play on the playground and bring some outdoor stuff for them to do.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Plus, if we can do it there, we'll be seen by other people going around.
Yeah. As far as a calendar,
So that basically takes care of our summer program. You know, we do the potluck, cookout. We do the rain gutter regatta, and then we have our family camp out with the troop.
do you want to do it like a Saturday afternoon?
Yeah, I was thinking around lunch.
All right.
That way people can go and do something eating if they wanted to.
So why don't we shoot for 6:20 then? Unless you have something that's blocking it that day. So June 20th.
One, two. I'm all. The 20th.
You're what? I'm sorry.
I'm.
You're on call.
Yeah.
Well, I'm out of town. I'm out of town the 27th.
So I can take calls, or I can get someone to cover calls if need be on the 20th. So.
Otherwise, we're looking at the 13th, and that's only 2 weeks after. That's only 2 weeks after Sleeping with the Fishes, and I don't want to do it that soon. You know.
I agree.
Or we can, yeah. I mean, there really isn't any other spot to do it.
Yes.
So shoot for the 20th, and if you can't make it, you can't make it because you're on call. But we'll shoot for the 20th.
One way or the other. Yeah, one way or the other will make work.
I want to see if there's a better location than Wendell Park. I'll look into it.
Okay.
See if there's something a little bit more. Nothing wrong with Wendell Park, but see if there's something a little bit more scenic. Maybe something that has water.
There are, but they're mostly in Raleigh.
Yeah, which is fine. We drive all the way to Wendell for every meeting.
Yeah, you and me both.
So, all right. So, Wendell Park, possibly. But I'll look and see if there's any other options. I'll come up with 2 or 3 options. And then
on Avon Ferry Road, it's actually really cheap. There is a lake on Avon Ferry Road near NC State.
Yeah.
I've used that one for work. And hold on, I'm sending Gene the invite again.
I'm trying to think. There's one really close to me, and I can't think of the name of the park, but it's a really nice park.
The one on Avon Ferry has boat rental, little sunfish, canoes and stuff like that. If families want to do that, there's no real playground, but there's a huge area to either bike or walk, and there's fishing.
There's a really nice one over in Cary, but that's a little bit of a hike. The hell's the name of the park? Anderson Point.
Yeah.
We could do Anderson Point, but I don't know if there's anywhere to cook out, so I have to investigate.
Okay.
But Anderson Point would be a good one.
I'm listening and I'm talking. I just got to get dinner going for the kids and myself.
All right.
So we pretty much have dates set for the summer program, so that's fine. Really? Thank you. Making Chinese food in a pressure cooker. So we need to work on. Okay, hey Gene, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yay!
Golly, man. It's always something, it seems like. Anyway, so yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, so here's where we are, Gene. We are looking at, obviously we have the August event already set out, and you know the date for that.
Right.
June 20th, we're looking at doing a tentative potluck cookout. Chris is going to look into locations that we can do. Maybe we may end up doing it in Raleigh. We may not. We just want to put enough things for the kids to do and a place to cook and have a shelter.
Well, okay, but just look at that the one I was telling you about last night. That's
What one was that?
Clemens State Park. It's only like from Nightdale. It's only like 8 miles away. It's really close.
Yeah,
It's very nice.
I was thinking about Anderson Point, but do you know if that has places to cook out? Because that's right here.
Yeah, it's got a shelter there and all, but it's a little more. I mean, I guess you can walk along the greenways, but the nice thing about Clemson is there is a shelter there. It's a little smaller, and you can actually have it has like a nice fire pit, it's like a fireplace that you actually grill out on.
Okay.
And they got a volleyball court there, and there's like about 3 miles of trails all through the woods. Where like Anderson Point's good, but it's a lot more public. So if you're in that area, there's a lot of people that are passing through with bikes and all that, and which is fine. And then we can make it a bike thing, but there's no real like nature trails or anything. This has got those talking trees and all that where you go up to them.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, it's very nice for cubs. Very nice. So neither of you guys have ever been there, I take it.
No, I'll have to take a look at it.
Yeah, it's very cool. We used to go there quite a few years in a row with the pack for one of our summer activities, and it worked out really nice, really.
All right, so Chris, take a look at that. I'll let you choose the final location.
Okay.
What Gene's suggesting sounds like a good idea. But we'll say June 20th at this point is what we're shooting for a date. In July, Regatta Regatta, July 25th. I know you're busy, Gene, on the 18th, and you said the 11th or 25th, and there's some stuff going on the 18th at the church. So if we can get the 25th, I think that's going to be the best.
Okay.
Because if I recall, I should not be on call that week.
Right.
Now that basically covers the dates for the summer program. For the PAC meeting coming up, I will be bringing my laptop and its cable. I'm going to plug it in and put a spreadsheet up. I want to have everybody come in, put kid's name, parent's name, phone number, email. I want to make sure I have my list right because there has been some back and forth where some people sometimes get stuff, sometimes not. And I want to make sure I have where they want to be contacted over the summer for any activities and announcements.
Okay.
So we're doing that. We need to announce our itinerary, which I actually have a spreadsheet here in front of me. I don't want to push people too hard to having to leave really, really early on Saturday. Since most of the big part of the program that we're doing, the Sleeping with the Fishes, is a evening and late night thing where the kids go to bed at 11.
Okay.
And get up early. I was thinking meeting at the historic park there, the actual fort, at about 2 p.m. What do you guys think?
Well, I have a couple of things about Sleeping with the Fishes.
Okay.
I think that we need a much more solid. We have the itinerary that the aquarium gives you, but we don't have like an itinerary. You know, we don't have a solid itinerary.
That's what I'm building right now, so we can announce it at the PAC meeting.
Yeah.
Have it available, I can burn
We
it out.
also need not just times. Like we need to set expense expectations for folks because we're not providing any food essentially, right? For this trip. So
that is correct.
So I think that we should, you know, if we have some options of what people can do as far as food is concerned, so that we can set the expectation of what they can expect to have to pay. Because right now, all we know is that the kids basically get a snack at night.
It's a slice of pizza, a side, and a drink.
Yeah, and they get like muffins and stuff in the morning, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's a continental breakfast type of deal.
Okay. So maybe
So
we can include on the itinerary some places close by where people can eat, including places at Fort Fisher. Like what is it going to cost for people to eat if they want to eat at Fort Fisher? Because it's like a buy a side and a drink.
There's
fine for the kids, but the adults. What about the adults? You know.
Yeah, no, absolutely understand.
I don't think there's any food around Fort Fisher, to be honest with you.
No, there isn't. It's all what you bring in or the snack bar.
Right.
There's Curry Beach, which you kind of drive through, and right before Curry Beach, there's a strip of different restaurants and stuff between, from Wilmington's main drag all the way down to Curry Beach.
And what time is dinner at? And what time is dinner at the Sleeping with the Fishes? What time is the pizza?
Pizza is at. Let me pull that up here. Is that it? Next. Here we go. Arrivals at 6. Pizza snacks at 7:15.
Okay.
One slice of pizza per person plus a beverage.
Okay, so 6 o'clock. So let's work back from 6, right?
Yep. We need to basically have everybody kind of surrounding in the parking lot by 5:45, so we walk in at 6.
So 5:45. And where is there a place to eat dinner?
There isn't.
No, not there. But you said we drive through somewhere on the way back from, like on the way from Fort Fisher.
No, on the way from Wilmington to Fort Fisher, there's a main drag. There's various restaurants there.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off. Were we doing Fort Fisher? I forget. Are we doing Fort Fisher Saturday before the Fishes, or are we doing it Sunday afterwards? Okay. So
we were talking about doing it Saturday.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
I was thinking about doing that after lunch, so people come in, they can get a big lunch in Wilmington, and then we meet at Fort Fisher about 2 o'clock. That gives people plenty of time to drive down there. It's only a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
Do stuff as a family themselves if they want to, and get a large lunch. And what we're going to suggest everybody have a large lunch since dinner's going to be kind of light.
Yeah. So, and I'm just throwing this out there, right? So if there is somewhere to stop by the aquarium or before the aquarium to eat, then what we could do is we could plan on going to Fort Fisher after lunch. Get to Fort Fisher for like 1 o'clock. Okay. How far is Fort Fisher from the aquarium?
It's within walking distance, literally.
Okay.
It's about a 20-minute walk.
Okay, so we go to Fort Fisher. If we go to Fort Fisher for like 1 o'clock, and that way people can take care of lunch before they get there, or just get their own lunch on the way.
Yeah.
We meet at Fort Fisher at 1 o'clock. We leave Fort Fisher by 4 o'clock and go get something to eat. Then we have plenty of time to get there for 5:45 at or I'm sorry, more like 4:30. Leave if it's within 20 minutes. So leave at like Fort Fisher at like 4:30. And
the guided tour of Fort Fisher is about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on the group.
Okay.
That does not cost anything. But there's a form that we can grab, and if we follow that form and do that particular tour, it will actually allow all the boys who attend to earn a patch.
Okay.
I just had to figure out how to get that patch because it's only available at the Scout Shop in Wilmington.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's a good idea. So, I mean, that's what I suggest for an itinerary. I would suggest let people be on their own for lunch because they can get there after lunch. We can do the guided tour at Fort Wilmington, then leave early enough to go get something to eat and give some options of local places to go eat, and then we can get to the aquarium for 5:45. And that way everybody's all set, everyone's in the same place, and people can eat dinner. I mean, even if kids eat dinner, even if they have a light dinner at like 4 o'clock, they're not getting that slice of pizza till after 7. So, I mean, they're not going to fill up on one slice of pizza and a drink, right?
Yeah, they also get popcorn with the movie, but that's not that much longer after.
So, I mean, and this thing goes until like midnight, right?
Here we go. It goes until bedtime's 11:30.
Yeah. So, I mean, that'll
They
give them
do-
a little
they
energy
do-
boost at the end.
Yeah, they do snacks at 9:15. So 2 hours after the pizza snack, there's chips, salsa, popcorn, granola bars, that type of thing at 9:15.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Well, that'll. I was gonna say if there's some kind of trail mix or something, but granola bars will be good. That'll keep them
Yeah.
Yep,
going.
it's basically the stuff that you get off their snack bar. It's all just provided.
Do you guys think there's no point in stopping to, if we're getting pizza at 7:15, is stopping to eat at like 4 o'clock kind of a useless endeavor, or what do you
I think it. I mean, they are. That's. I mean, the program is set up, I think, for dinner, right? And
Sort of.
breakfast. I mean, it is supposed to.
Slice of pizza, a
Okay.
drink.
Yeah, but I
we
mean,
could do it the other way, and we can just get there. Yeah, we can just have people eat lunch, and then we can get to Fort Fisher a little bit later, even get there for like 2 o'clock. Because if we don't have to be at the aquarium till 5:45, we don't have to be at Fort Fisher till like 3 o'clock if the thing's only an hour long.
Yeah. Oh, well, here's what I was thinking, because there is in this little area here, Chris, and there's the aquarium, there's the actual fort as well, and the road that runs by the fort that goes to the aquarium, across the street from the fort is a state beach.
right? Yeah, that would be a fun thing to do. Just
Tidal
let the
pool
kids.
stuff.
Yeah, just let the kids run crazy on the beach for a little bit too. That'd be fun.
So how's this sound for you guys? We meet, everybody has their lunch, and we meet at the fort at about 1 o'clock, 1 p.m.
Okay.
We do the tour for like an hour or so, hour and a half. Give ourselves 2 hours because, well, scout time. And then we say about 3 o'clock, roughly, we can go across the street and hit the tidal pools. Let the boys look for sharks' teeth and shells on the beach. That particular beach is paid parking there, not at the fort, but at the beach across the street. There's paid parking. It's really cheap actually though, but they do have places to rinse off your feet with an outdoor spigot, or if families want to actually go swimming and do the full beach thing. They actually have showers there that you can shower and get cleaned up before going to the aquarium.
Okay.
But let's say about 3 to 4 is our pack beach time, where we can hit tidal pools and whatnot. And then about 4 o'clock we'll go up to one of the restaurants. I'll get the list of places and their kind of dollar signs.
Well, we can. Gene said, I mean, if the program's set up for dinner and there'll be snacks and stuff, then we can just leave it at that, and we can just give people the option. Say, we'll just let them know. Be like, this is what dinner is. If you think that's not going to be enough, there's places to eat around here. Here are a couple of options, but we won't necessarily schedule it. So from the only thing we're really going to schedule is 1 o'clock meet at Fort Fisher and 5:45 meet at the aquarium.
Yep.
And then really, like after the tour at Fort Fisher, people can go across the street, they can go get something to eat, they can do whatever. And then we'll meet at 5:45.
Yep. That sounds great. Now, Sunday morning, the program goes, there's a tour that starts at 8. That's part of us. The breakfast is Danish, muffins, fruit, orange juice, milk, coffee.
Okay.
And that's at 7:30. 8 o'clock, we actually tour the building. So we're going in, through the whole aquarium, as well as, from my understanding, in the back as well. So we actually get to see what they're doing in the back as they're feeding the fish and getting ready for the day. Let's see here. What was I going to say? After that, I would say that probably lasts until 9 or 10. And then after that, do we want to do a Sunday service on the beach after we do that tour? And then we can either go out, because most things in Wilmington don't open until about noon on Sunday.
Okay.
That counts the USS North Carolina. You can walk the boardwalk downtown, but most things aren't open until about noon for lunch, or 11 or so. Basically the after church crowd.
Okay.
So we can play Sunday by ear. Let people decide, do we want to all go? And because the battleship costs, and it's not all that cheap. And I know we have some families that are kind of tight.
Okay.
But walking the boardwalk, parking on Sunday is free. There's plenty of shops to go in and out of to look in. There's the historic cotton exchange that has a whole bunch of crafty stores inside, so people can roam.
Okay.
There's a ice cream parlor there, a homemade ice cream, a candy store, T-shirt store, stuff that you would want to see at the beach. Frequently there will be boats. There are tours of the Cape Fear River that families can decide if they wanted to do off of the boardwalk. The other options, everybody just goes their own route, and whoever wants to go as a group meets up wherever they want to go. We can just say, here are some of the activities that we can do on Sunday. It's up to you if you want to join in.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because they're already spending what, $45 a person. I know, like Dan Armstrong, who really doesn't need to spend money if at all possible. Right. Already spending $220 or so just for his family.
Yeah.
So,
well,
that's not counting gas.
Let me see, Carolina Park fees. Oh, you always got. I'm just looking here. Or there's also Carolina Beach State Park.
Yes, there is.
On Sunday, you guys could just do like a little. I mean, there's all kinds of trails there. There's actually a big sand dune. You don't really even realize it's a sand dune, but it's because there's trees growing through it and stuff. But that's a nice hike there. You got to be careful you don't get lost. There's a lot of trails through there, but it's really neat. I mean, that's something that's free. You know what I mean?
Oh, that would be awesome. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah. You could start out with something like that, and what I'd recommend too is you could bring a few flats of water. I mean, that's not very expensive to get a couple of cases of water, just in case there's some people that.
There's a Walmart through Wilmington as you're going down to Curry Beach and the aquarium. There's a Walmart there, so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know where that one's at, and so yeah, that would just be something so that if you do a hike and somebody doesn't have a Nalgene bottle or something, you just got a bottle of water you can give them, and but that would be a easy thing. And maybe you do that first, and then people can kind of do like one kind of a joint pack thing, and then because that would be good for the Armstrongs because they don't have a whole lot.
Yeah.
And then you could stay even longer there, while other people might say, okay, well, we're going to go peel out and go downtown, or we're going to go peel out and go see the ship because I know that's not free. But there, there's clearly some free stuff, and you're doing a lot of that because you're going to go to the beach there Saturday first too, right? And then Fisher's free as well, so that would just be one more option where you could do something jointly, at least one, and then after that, tell everybody, you're on your own at that point.
I think that's a great idea, Gene. I'm looking at it. The park in May opens at 7 a.m., so we could easily just go there, meet, and then. Hike around and whatnot.
Yep. Yeah, it's nice. We can't actually probably this year our troop will probably go back there again. But we used to go about every other year. We would camp out there and then hike the trails and stuff like that. It's fun.
Yeah, and Carolina Beach, Chris, is not far from Curry. It's basically you go back into Wilmington and then you right where you would be coming into Wilmington from Raleigh on 40. You cut over, and it's so I would say it's probably like maybe 20, 30-minute drive.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing. Yeah.
So nothing too bad there. Actually,
I'm just trying to see. I see facilities. What was that, Chris? I'm sorry, I missed that.
I'm looking at the map for Carolina Beach. Honestly, we don't even have to cut through Wilmington. We just hit 421 and follow that straight up the shoreline, straight to the park.
Yeah, I see boat ramp fee of $6. Obviously, you don't have that. So I think the park itself, you just go in. All the other
Yep.
fees is like slip rentals and of course camping. Everything else is free. It should just be like any other state park. You just kind of go into it, and because it's just neat. It really the kids will like that.
I think that is a great idea. What about you, Chris?
Yeah, I like it. We could do that.
All right. So I'm going to add this to my spreadsheet. I'll clean this up. Let's see here. Sunday. Service at beach / park. We at least want to do some type of prayer service or something, because the scout is reverent.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I will clean up this itinerary to make it presentable.
Okay.
But for the most part, I think we've got it, because this is not one that we have to do a really heavy itinerary on. It's the stuff that we want to pay for. It's pretty much overnight.
Well, that's going to be a lot of fun in itself. I think the kids are really going to be. That's going to be a very memorable trip. I think that's obviously the icing on the cake. So I think everything else is just extra, But that sleeping with the fishes is very cool. I mean, I've heard from a lot of other packs. We never did it all the years I was Cub Master. We just never got around to it. We always ended up doing the, going to the battleship or going down to Yorktown, right? But I think this is a nice departure from. It's not as far of a drive, and all that, and of course the Yorktown is very expensive.
Yeah, I would like to try to find a way to be able to afford Yorktown in 2 years.
Yeah, I think in a couple more years. I think for a while there we went a little too often, actually, and it didn't make it as special. I mean, I did it the one time, and then Neil did it like 2 years later. And like a lot of the kids, and then he had a smaller crowd because some of the people were like, well, we already went, and we can open that up to the troop as well. We get some Boy Scouts to go, and then that kind of yeah, and that kind of splits the. But I think there it's not so much you just have a flat fee. It's how many heads you have. That's how much you pay for, right? So.
Yeah, Yorktown was for 2 people, like for 2-3 people, you're talking $200-300. It's about $100 a person.
Yeah, it's not
That's
cheap.
not counting travel.
No, but it does count all your meals though. There, right? They're
yes, on ship.
So you got to keep that in mind.
As well as it does also count going out to Fort Sumter. Out in the bay.
Oh yeah, and that's very cool too. Yep. Fort
that was
Sumter.
awesome. Doing flag ceremony at Fort Sumter was really cool to do with Aiden.
Yep. And that's what I was saying. See, like you did it, and how many years ago was that? Like about 3?
Yeah. Aiden was a wolf, so.
So it might be something next year you got to look at maybe already. I mean, maybe next year you do it, and you just got to let people know ahead of time. But it is expensive,
Yeah.
That's the only thing. So.
I'll see what I can do about getting pricing and whatnot, so we can try to get that lined up.
Yeah, at least have it as an option, and and again, the good thing about where you've done the sleeping with the fishes is if people can't go, you do have the summer program kicks in real soon, right? We'll have this one, we'll have the one picnic depending on what place you want to have it at and all, and but that'll kind of tide people over, and and then we got 2 other events, during the summer months, so that'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Where like if you instead of you having, hold on, I gotta go plug in my laptop for it dies here.
It's all right.
So yeah, go ahead and keep talking. I'm listening.
We need to start wrapping up here shortly. I got Keith's list. He is swamped tonight. So between PTA, STEM, night at school, swim team committee, and a school play all tonight. Poor guy.
Wow.
We have I have his list of awards to go. We even have one recruiter strip that we need to give out to Devin.
Cool.
So I'm gonna get that going. I know I have Aiden's. We have all the bears are gonna be getting their Woodland chit, as well as their bear badge. No error points there though. Not enough electives done. Chris, any awards for your den?
No, they got their tiger badge. They're pretty much done.
No belt loops or anything?
No.
Okay. And then
Hey, did any of your guys, Chris? Did any of your guys participate in that kickball game that we put on earlier this year?
Yeah.
Because there is a kickball belt loop.
yeah.
You could always surprise them with that if you wanted to.
Okay.
If you know both of them are in it, just give them that one.
Sure.
But actually, that would be something, Chris. Maybe before. When do you plan on buying all this stuff? Monday?
If I have the complete list, I'm going to probably go out and get it this Friday.
Okay. The only reason why I ask is because then if you had time after church to go back into the cabinet and look in that container and see if there's any kickball ones in there. I know I already grabbed two out.
I'll be dropping Aiden off at the troop meeting on Thursday.
Oh, there you go. Then why don't you just swing over there and check it out?
Exactly.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So I'll drop him off, swing over, check, make sure what we have,
Yep.
and then swing back.
All I've got, let me pull up my list here, because we did go through this thing. Let me open it up here real quick. Let's see. Scouts, Cubs, Weebles. And there. I think I made a little advancements. So here we go. Here's advancements. It's coming up. It's going to take a moment. Yeah, but that Clemens State Park, for example, so from where we live, Chris, or from my door, it's like 8.5 miles, and from Wendell, downtown Wendell, it's like 12 miles. It's pretty close.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
I mean, it's very nice, and when you check into it though, see if they have the pick shelter, because you want the shelter in case it does rain. The one year we went in, it was pouring for a while, then it stopped, and they have a cool fireplace, so that's why you can get, you just throw some charcoal in there. You got the grill. We'll just grill out some hot dogs, and hopefully everybody brings a plate, and then you could do marshmallows afterwards or s'mores on that, and it's a lot of fun. There's a volleyball net there, and then the trails are very cool. If we happen to catch you can ask them, say, hey, any chance that there'll be a
ranger out there or something like that?
A forest ranger out there. They'll do a coring of a tree for you or something, or just talk a little bit to the kids. But otherwise, it's really neat. I mean, you could very easily amaze the kids on your own by just taking them around to all the trees, and you literally press a button and the tree talks to you, that little thing, and then rocks, and it's just a really nice place. And Anderson Point is fine too. Believe me, I've been there for birthday parties, but it's more just kind of you have to bring the entertainment there with you, kind of a thing. Where this is, but it's still a good. I mean, that's one for if you ever want to do a little bike trip or something like that.
Yeah, we run there actually because the Greenway goes there from the.
Okay, yeah, so you've been there, and you know where the one really big shelter is. That's just the one big shelter, but that thing's huge, and I think I'm not sure how much that one would cost compared to this one at Clemens is a little small. It's actually one big shelter, and there's two fireplaces kind of back to back to each other. So there's two sides to it. But then there's also other areas you could camp, but you're not, or not camp, but picnic, but you're not under a shelter. So you definitely want to try to get the picnic shelter.
All right. Well, I think we got a pretty good idea here. We're gonna.
Okay. So here's what I got. I need 2 Weebelo badges, 2 handyman, and 2 geologist pins.
Oh, that's how you do it.
You missed a step. Huh?
Ugh.
Sorry.
Craft ginger ale for the kids. They picked up habits from me. This one's just a pain in the butt to open. Sorry about that, guys. You needed just shoot me an email so I have that list, and I'll
send it to
get
you.
it all together.
Okay.
That way I have it hard copy.
All right, that'll be fine. If not, I'll just get them on my own. But if I do, I won't be till probably Monday because we leave pretty quick after work to go to Bragg this weekend. So and that'll be an all-day thing. All the way through till Sunday. So.
Yeah, I wish I could have gotten Aiden on that. when I saw your stuff, I was not in a position where I could determine whether or not I could go and have him go.
Right.
But he'll start becoming a lot more active here shortly.
Okay.
I have two more things. One
Right.
is the popcorn stuff, Chris. Do you know what you have for? You had said that you still had a couple of $10.
That's it.
Cards. Just two of them, right? You should only have two.
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
Which one of them goes to you?
Yeah, one goes to us and one goes to. I'm sorry,
Caleb,
not us. One goes to
I'll
Sam.
bring it Thursday. Yep. I don't have anything else
There's
that
no
I found so
badges,
far.
Okay. I have the sample. I have the sample badges.
I swear we gave all that stuff to Tina already.
I mean,
With
it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. We know how anal she is about the badges and stuff, so I tend to think that maybe she somehow didn't get them, but it doesn't. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. All that matters is that we get the stuff that we have out. And my suggestion is next year. I'm
having a signing. I want to have a sheet next year where anyone who wants an award has to sign for it. That way I have a record of it. I'm not going to go through this again with Tina.
Well, next year, my suggestion, and don't take any offense, but next year is, because the awards go to you as the Cub Master, that Heather and I coordinated exactly what was needed and who was supposed to get what, and we had all that information. So next year, when you get it, just hand the packet over, and I'll take care of it.
We'll do.
That way, because I have I still have all the paperwork here, so I can cross-reference all the lists and make sure everything's in good order, and then just get people to sign next to their name. Like, we already have all that stuff. So.
No, that's a good idea to do because kids lose stuff. I mean, I've had that with some of the boys at the troop, like, oh, I didn't get that merit badge, and and sometimes they do kind of come in like 3 different waves, through 3 different weeks, and you do kind of lose track. And then I remember one time. I remember one time the kid, like, he opens up his pocket. What do I got in my pocket? And he already had the one. He pulled. Oh, look, I got this merit badge. I go, I gave that one to you twice. And it was like he had it in his pocket the whole time.
Oh, it happens all the time.
It happens all the time. And then also Tina and Heather and them went through the plumbing issue. So crap happens, and I'm willing to go out because. They can't find any of this stuff. You got the badges, Chris. I'm going to go out of my own dime and get a new gift card for Josh.
All right, and I'll bring the badges because thankfully I still have the sample ones, so I'll bring the badges, and then that'll hopefully shut her up. And
hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully, at least for a short amount of time.
Yeah, she'll be happy to hear all that.
The other thing, the other point of business that I had was I just wanted to bring up. I did not intend to get reimbursed for the stuff that I got for the leaders because I didn't ask anybody. I didn't ask the committee, and I didn't ask you. I just went and did it because I was at the scout shop and I really felt that they should have something. But I was going to ask the committee, and I figured there'd be more of us, but I was going to ask the committee if it was okay if we could afford it, if I could get reimbursed for some of it, because it did wind up coming to over.
I've already talked to Shannon about that as well, Gene, and I do want to do at least reimburse some of it. If we can reimburse all of it, I would like to do that, or at least put it as a credit for you and Sammy at this point. If that's the way we need to go, depending on how empty the bank will be for this trip.
Yeah, I was just going to put it towards, like, sleeping with the fishes or something. I wasn't going to. Nobody needs to write me a check. But I wanted to clear it with everybody because I didn't. And if no, it's okay. Like, I got the money, and it's already paid for. But because I didn't ask and I didn't clear it. And that's really not the way that you should be doing things with PAC money. So I'm totally okay with it if we don't want to do that.
Honestly, if I had thought about it, I would have arranged for something like that. I didn't think about doing that, and I thought that was an absolutely wonderful touch. I didn't get to see what you got them.
They got a mug with the Cub Scout symbol on it. They got a stack of paper. It was 4 different like Post-it notes. Like one was big, and then the next size and the next size, and around the edge of the 4 Post-it note packs, it has the Scout Law. So each side of each square has one of the words from the Scout Law.
Oh, wow.
Kind of like built up. And then they got a Cub Scout. It was all Cub Scout stuff because they were Cub Scout leaders. I was torn between doing Cub or Boy Scout because they were on their way to Boy Scouts, but we stuck with Cub Scout stuff. Then
Okay.
they got a magnet, a Cub Scout leader magnet, a keychain, and a chocolate bar. And so then they had the 5 things on their letter that said, you know, actually, I think I have it right here. They had 5 things on there that said, thank you for all the things you do. You've helped us each in this important part of our scouting career. We're now ready to take the skills we mastered to be the best Boy Scouts we can be. Let this be a gift example. A cup because you quenched our thirst for knowledge and adventure. A paper because you always noted our achievements and encouraged us to work even harder. A keychain because you were the key to our success in Cub Scouting. A magnet because of the lessons you taught us will stick for a lifetime. And a candy bar because you made our time so sweet. And then thank you again for your guidance in this part of the scouting adventure. So, and I actually had all 5 boys sign a letter. I printed.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw you doing that.
So yeah.
Just let Shannon know how much, and we'll reimburse you. So you and Sammy are going on the 30th.
Yeah, it looks like I'm not making that trip to Massachusetts for work. So yeah, we're gonna go.
Perfect. So I will make sure that it's applied to your fees for Sleeping with the Fishes.
Yeah,
I'll
let
let you
with
know.
Shannon because I have to pull up the receipt because I bought some stuff for Aiden on there too. So I have to go through and itemize and just make sure I'm only carving out the stuff that was for that. Are you okay with that, Gene?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Well, in that case, let's just have fun on Monday night. I know, Gene, I want to give you a nice good section for the Memorial Day activities.
Yeah, I need to mention that. Yes. Yep.
So that is, I'm definitely going to be putting you forward on that. Aiden and I can't get off to do that and bring Aiden on the Friday, but I'm shooting to be there at least for Saturday with all my kids
Yeah.
for the one in Wendell, and then I may arrange because I think Tony still lives down near where I'm at. If Aiden wants to go to the American Legion one, I may send Aiden with Tony if he's agreeable to that.
Yeah, that'd be
I'm
nice.
not sure if I'll be able to make it myself yet.
Because I tell you, the veterans really appreciate that, and then we help them out afterwards. You know, picking up stuff and all that. And hey, they get a free little meal out of it. They serve hot dogs and chips and sodas and all that. And you know, but the folks there really appreciate it. It's at least it's such a simple thing, you know.
Yeah,
And,
well, absolutely. And it's the simple things that matter.
Not for nothing, but an ice cream truck just drove by my house playing its music. There is something super unsettling about an ice cream truck driving at night with its music on.
Yeah. It's so creepy.
Welcome to North Carolina in the summer.
I don't think I've ever seen it. It's dark out, and it drove by ringing its bell. That was creepy.
When I was a kid, there was times that I went out to hit ice cream truck at 9 o'clock.
Oh
Me
my
and
God.
everybody else are just swarming because we didn't go inside until like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. We're running around so mad.
It was creepy. All right. Do you want to do that? So you're going to put the itinerary together?
Yeah, I'll have that together. I'll email you the link because I'm doing it through the Google Drive.
Okay.
So I'll email you the link so you can take a look at it, and I'll try to make it all pretty and stuff.
Okay.
Hey, just on a troop note, so you guys got my email today, right? With the calendar and the roster, right?
Yes, I have it all printed up right here.
Absolutely. Look at that. That's sweet. Anyway, so yeah, because Tony had sent me something the day before about what time do you meet at and how long, and I'm like, I didn't answer him because I figured I was going to get the roster out and the calendar, but I just wanted to get the roster done with all your. You notice I got your phone numbers in there, but if you have any other contact numbers, just I think on the roster I gave you guys the actual Excel. But if you do update it, just highlight if you made a change, okay? If you want to send something back to me. I was going to tell you all about that, Thursday. So if you guys see anything you want to add to that, or if you got another
No,
number,
mine looks good.
Same here.
Okay.
I mean, the only thing I would add is probably Tabby's cell phone number.
Yeah, I don't have hers in there. Yeah.
Outside of that, I was going through. I know my Aiden is not going to summer camp, but when do I need to get his physical done? Because I know with his allergies that has to be taken into account, so he'll be part of dealing with that.
Yeah, I mean, I like to usually every year what I do is the physicals forms, which that's the next email I got to send out. I hate bombarding people because they get confused. I'm trying to get this Fort Bragg thing out of the way, but I do need to send out the forms next about the summer camp, and it just has to be by the date of summer camp. If it's been 1 year or I mean less than a year, you could still just drop the form off to the doctor's office and just have them fill it out. But what I do after that is, yes, I do carry those forms. We usually keep a set of them in the scout trailer so that any other camp out we go to, we've got everybody's info. And it did actually come in handy at a camporee one time when Ace Nichols twisted his ankle really bad, and we had to take him to the hospital. And we had everything. I said, here you go, Larry, because Larry took him there with another leader, and I handed him his form, and it had all his insurance on it. It was nice because you just handed it to him.
And that's something that we're going to have to do with the pack as well.
Oh, you do? Well, yeah, you got to have that with you. You really should on every camp. Even like for this sleeping with the fishes thing, I always had all the. Of course, the form was a little different. It was like a smaller one, but I always had them all in an envelope, and just a sealed envelope that I would just keep in my car or truck whenever I was driving.
Yeah. So okay, I'll when you send that email out, I'll go ahead and get
just schedule an appointment.
Aiden taken care of and whatnot. I know he's not going to summer camp, but you do need it, so.
Yep.
I'll get that done ASAP.
And we actually have 2 boys while we're there at summer camp that have birthdays, so that's usually there was always David a few years back. David Wagner. It seemed like every year we went to summer camp, it was his birthday. So I may have to arrange to go off the camp there and pick up a cake or something one night for all of them. But they got a pretty full program. But yeah, nothing to worry about Aiden though, because Tyler didn't go to summer camp the first year either, and he got caught up. And he ended up getting his eagle. I know he was a little bummed at first because all his buddies all of a sudden had him.
Okay, guys, I'm Gene. I know you were talking, but things were starting to break up there and slow down.
Fine.
I don't know if it's me or you. Let's go ahead and call it because it's after 8:30.
Yep.
I will see. I guess I'll see both of you guys Thursday night.
Okay.
Yep. See you then, guys.
All right. Cheers, mate.
Gene, if you while you're on your computer, if you have Jim's number regarding the fair, the food festival, not his number, his email, could you just shoot me his email?
Oh yeah, because I think the new roster I sent you, I took his email back off, didn't I?
I think so.
Yeah.
Double check.
Well, you know what though? Actually, no. Wait a minute. No, it's on there.
Is
it's
it?
under. Yeah, it's under the Cajun booth. Check it real quick. Do you have it right there to open up? I'll open it up here on my end too. Hold on. Yeah, we got a meeting next week. I got to send out a reminder on that. And then Father wanted a summary report for Pastoral Council. I just saw the email when I was walking out of the building, so I got to see about getting that together in time for this Thursday. Actually, I got to give him some kind of summary.
I will say I'm glad I took your advice about Pastoral Council. Between work and Scouts.
You'll have plenty of time in the future, believe me. I turned it down 2 times in a row, and I've been on it 2 times in a row, and I kind of kept a low profile this last time. I'm surprised I didn't get nominated again, but I think it's because I think Father leaves me. I don't know if it might have even been on the slip that I couldn't be nominated because I am still kind of like on it because of the food festival. He just says I'm always welcome to come anytime, so I'm like I guess in a way a permanent member, at least for now, until I tick somebody off maybe or something. But I'm supposed to still go whenever I have the opportunity to. I just haven't in a while. So.
Well, guys, have a good evening.
Well, thank you very much, guys. I will. We'll talk to you Thursday.
Hey. So wait, if you drop off, Chris Hempel, will me and Chris still be on?
No, when I stop the broadcast, that's it.
Oh, okay, Chris, did you check the roster real quick and see?
Yeah, it's on there. I think it's his wife's email, but I'll.
Yeah, that's the one I always used. I just went through her, and so if you have any questions from him, and of course Dawn, I would definitely pick her brain too.
Well, I was gonna. The only thing I wanted from him was who was involved last year. Like.
Oh yeah.
That, and then from there, I'm gonna go to Dawn and see.
And what you might need to do, because I don't think he'll have this, is if you want all the Hispanic groups, you might have to talk to. He's on there too. It's Miguel.
Okay.
Can't think of his. I think he's the only Miguel in the roster, and I think I have him down as.
Yeah, Hispanic coordinator.
Yeah, talk to him.
Okay.
As far as that, he can help you there, because I don't know if Jim really had much engagement with that, but he might just have an email, receiver list for you that he can shoot you.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you guys have a good night.
You too.